Today we're going to be going over a basic throttle adjustment procedure for these units. Now, you can do this one of two ways. The older systems, you can fire the engine up, get it up to operating temp of at least 170 degrees coolant. Then you will check your IAC steps on the dashboard. If they are over 10, you can shut the vehicle off, let everything power down for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then go out to the engine. You'll want to adjust this front screw and this rear screw in, depending on how far out you are. It could be half turn increments or full turn increments to open those blades further, provide more air to the engine. Once you do that full turn or half turn in, you will fire the engine back up and recheck the steps. If you are still over 10, you'll shut it back off. Again, wait that 10 to 15 seconds, and then go out to the engine, adjust these throttle screws further open. Your goal is to open these blades enough that your IAC is able to adjust and close down to the 3 to 10 range we are looking for in order for it to properly control the idle. If you are outside of that range, if you're higher than 10, the system cannot properly control the idle based on airflow coming in. It's going to be open much further, and it's not going to maintain what you have set. If you are down below 3, say you're at 0, that would often mean that either these blades are too far open, meaning we need to back out the screw some, or that you have a vacuum leak that is feeding unmetered air to the system, causing it to try to compensate for it. If that happens, you may end up with these blades being fully closed back to that sticking position that we have adjusted it from in previous videos. And that'll cause issues not only with the sticking throttle blades again, but with you not being able to maintain the idle that you desire or that you have set. Now, there is a secondary way on newer units where you can go into the initial setup menu with the engine running, go into initial setup, and then idle setup. The verbiage of the setting changes several different times across different systems. It could be idle set mode, it could be TPS less than 10, it could be idle set screw. Whatever that setting is, you'll turn that to either on, adjust, or all 0. Hit send to ECU with the engine still running, and then you'll be able to adjust these screws with the engine running and see live adjustments instead of having to restart. And as you open these up, with that setting on, if it was done properly, your throttle position sensor will not read anything. It'll stay at 0 or 0.5, allowing you to open these blades up and bring your airflow to where it needs to be for your specific engine. That will bring those IAC steps within spec, and then in order to change that setting again or reset it back to where it reads throttle position correctly, you'll cycle the key off, give it 10 to 15 seconds when you're done with the adjustments, and then fire it back up. That setting automatically resets every time the key is cycled and resumes its normal function in operation. Now, don't be alarmed if you take this out for a drive and when you come back or when you park somewhere, it's not between that 3 and 10 range. That is due to several different factors influencing that IAC step number. It could be different coolant temp. It could be your fans are on, your AC is on, the elevation changed. It could be the engine load changed. Your air-fuel ratio is a little high or a little low. This is really a set it and forget it adjustment, as long as you've done it properly and as long as it is idling where you told it to idle. So even if the number is, say, up at 20 the next time you go to start it and it gets up to operating temp, you don't have to adjust this every single time. Just leave it alone, leave it in place, unless you notice a very high or very low idle or something like surging or high air-fuel ratios, low air-fuel ratios that would signal we have an issue somewhere.